if you saw the description this morning, because I'm going to go ahead and get started. I don't have a lot of time this morning, so I'm going to kind of go through this one a little bit faster than I normally do. Who do you use your blinkers for? That's a question. That's a question I have to ask, because I was riding to work a couple days ago, and I noticed that sometimes when you're behind people, they don't necessarily always want to use their blinkers. And then when they do use the blinkers, I started thinking, I was like, who are they using that blinker for? Okay, because when you're driving, sometimes you do it without thinking. Sometimes you do it because you're purposeful at it. Maybe you want to turn, or maybe you want to change lanes. But have you ever gotten behind somebody that maybe gets over in front of you without using a blinker real fast? Maybe you have to slow down faster than you want to. Or maybe somebody's in front of you and they're coming up on a turn, and you don't know they're fixing a turn, and you end up getting pretty close to hitting them in the back because they don't put their blinker on at all, or maybe at the last minute and you almost slam into them. And I started thinking, I was like, well, who's the blinker actually for? Well, it turns out, if you really think about it, the blinker is for other people. It's for you to allow people to see what you're about to do, okay? So most of the time, you're putting a blinker on in advance to allow people to know that you're getting over, or that you're possibly about to turn. So when next time you're driving, understand that when you use your blinker, you're doing that to let other people know. You're doing it to show other people what you're going to do. Do you understand what I'm saying? And most of the time, that's allowing them in advance to know what you're going to do. Now, I get it. Sometimes we get in a hurry. Sometimes we don't use our blinkers. I don't use it as much if the traffic's not heavy. I may get over lanes, but I will tell you that some police officers will pull you over if you don't use your blinker, okay, to change lanes or to turn. So I get that. So why wouldn't somebody want to use their blinker? Well, maybe they just don't care about what other people want. Maybe they just don't care about other people. Maybe they don't want other people to know what they're about to do, okay? Maybe they're in a hurry. Maybe they're blowing by traffic so fast that they don't think I've done it. Maybe they're blowing by traffic so fast they don't think they need to use the blinker. So therefore, you know what? I won't worry about it. But here's the thing. Think about it like this next time you're driving. And I'm going somewhere with this. You know I am. So next time you're driving, think about it like this. That other person that's around you, that's driving around you, or maybe behind you, they don't make a decision about what they're going to do till they see what you're going to do, right? If you don't use a blinker, it's hard for them to know that. So there's a good chance there's an accident could be caused. Okay, maybe y'all are on the interstate and y'all trying to get in the same lane at the same time. Maybe you don't look back. Maybe you don't use a blinker, so the other drivers don't necessarily know what you're going to do. Okay, so you can get in a hurry, or maybe you just don't care. I know a lot of people just don't like using the blinkers. I don't know what it is. I try to use them more now than I ever have before. And I don't drive super duper fast, but I definitely get aggravated very easily behind slow traffic and people that don't use blinkers. So, why do you use your blinker? Okay, it's to help other people. It's to show other people what you're going to do. Okay. Now, why am I bringing this up? Because I always have an analogy. My analogy is this. Okay, we go through life sometimes, and we do things for people, maybe without even thinking about it. Maybe it's because we're so used to using it, like the blinker, that we're so used to saying hey and smiling at people, right? But there's those times when we get in such a hurry, or maybe we have a bad attitude that day, and we just don't care about people, that we forget to do that. Maybe we just forget to turn the blinker on that day. Maybe we forget to smile or speak to somebody, right? And the reason I'm bringing that up is because, yeah, we get busy in life, but never underestimate how important that blinker is. Never underestimate how important just speaking to somebody or saying hey or smiling at them can be. Okay? Never underestimate the impact you can have on somebody's life each and every day. I don't care how busy you are. I'm guilty of it. I'll raise my hand on this one. There's been times when I've just been in a bad mood and I just don't talk to anybody. Okay? But like I've told you before, sometimes you may only have one opportunity to speak to somebody or maybe change their day, okay? But maybe by saying hey to them, they can change your day. Do you understand what I'm saying? But, it's so easy in life to take for granted everything. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't care if it's family, friends. You take things for granted. So maybe like you're driving down the road, you stop using your blinker because you just take for granted that other lane's going to be empty. You take for granted there's nobody behind you when you turn. Okay? You could cause an accident. Somebody could hit you. Same thing in life. Sometimes we take for granted that just the small things that we could do to make a difference in somebody else's life. You know, say hey. Talk to them. How's your family? How's everything going? I noticed that you had a frown on your face. Is there anything wrong I can help you with? Those things are small, but they can make a difference. Don't get in such a hurry that you forget about doing the small things. I'm guilty of it. I told you I raised my hand on these things because sometimes we seem to forget. We take things for granted. I'm guilty of it. Okay? Offer your help to somebody. You know, ask somebody if you can help them with anything. They may not always take you up on your offer, right? They may not always do that. They may not always converse back with you. But sometimes you got to be proactive, right? Sometimes you got to be the first one to speak. Okay? So, as you go out today, don't take your daily activities for granted. Don't take those things for granted that you could do to change or help somebody. Because sometimes, like I said, we get a little selfish. Okay, I will tell you that. Sometimes we get a little selfish. We get busy. You know, I don't care who's behind me when I turn. I don't care who's in the other lane. I'm just not going to use my blinker and get over. That's what we do sometimes in life. I know it's difficult each and every day to be jovial and happy and smiling and energetic and charismatic and all that kind of stuff. But keep in mind that the busier you are, the easier it is for you to miss things. Okay? So go out today, as you go out, and just smile at somebody. Just say, hey, okay? Who's your blinker for? When you put your blinker on, who's it actually for? It's not for you. It's to help other people. Okay? Many of us do that without even trying. Okay? It's just nature for us to tap the blinker when we know we're getting over, even if there's not a car there. Okay? But we can also do that in life, but we take it for granted sometimes. Okay? So, everybody you come across today, smile, say hey, look them in the eyes. You don't have to be selling them something, right? You can just be friendly with somebody. Not everybody is going to accept it. I'll tell you that right now. I say hey to people all the time. How you doing? What's up? Those kind of things. They look at me like I'm an idiot. But you know what? That's just who I am, and that's what I do. I get in my moods too. I get in a hurry. I'm selfish sometimes, so I don't use my blinker all the time. Okay? But speaking to somebody and being friendly to somebody is very much more important, I think, sometimes, because you never know where that person is in life. It could be a friend. It could be a family member. It could be a co-worker, okay? It could be somebody that don't even like you, right? Why don't they like you? I don't know, okay? Maybe they don't like anybody, right? But how can you change that? Sometimes it's simple as saying, hey, good morning, hope you have a great day. They'll tell you to get lost. Okay, well, you have a great day anyway. I'll be thinking about you. But everybody have a great week. Today's Tuesday. Let's finish up the week strong. Don't get dehydrated out there if you're in the South. I appreciate y'all tuning in. I hope this didn't sound like a ramble, because I was kind of putting this one together in my mind as I was walking out here. But I got another customer coming, so I got to go. But I appreciate y'all tuning in. Appreciate you commenting and liking. And keep up the great work. I appreciate you guys. The Fist Pump Guy, selling cars the right way, because it's the only way I know. Follow the Fist Pump Enterprise.